Hello, everyone. Yes.
Hello, Insta people. How's everybody doing?
Yes. Welcome to the new normal again. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're so excited to see you today.
Yes. I want to know what everybody's been up to. Type and kind of let us know what everybody's been up to and what you guys have going on now that everything is starting to open up a little bit more and people are getting out a little bit more. Let us know what you're up to. Let us know what you've been doing and what family you've been seeing and all of that good stuff.
Let us know how you feel about it too. Are you excited about getting out and doing more, or are you kind
a little
of
pensive still like me?
Yes.
Because I'm still a little like I don't know.
Reserved.
I'm gonna stay at home still.
Yes. So let us know. Chime in. Let us know how you're doing. We would appreciate that. We do love you and appreciate you for joining us all the time. And woo, my goodness, do we have what a guest we have today. But before we go too far, we want to just say a big hello to you and thank you for joining us. You don't have to do this. You choose to do this. And so for that, we are forever grateful and thankful for your presence.
Yes, we are.
Good.
So
good.
what is your quote of the day? You normally hit us with some type of inspirational something.
Yes.
And I'm sure everybody would love to hear some type of inspiration. So give it to us.
Well, actually, I'll...
And if you guys see me doing like this, I'm struggling with the fruit flies today. So if I'm doing like this, I'm not trying to slap myself. I'm fighting fruit flies. I don't know if anybody else is dealing with fruit flies, but yeah, I got a bit of a fruit fly issue. So if I'm doing like this, I can be waving at you or I can be swatting off. Just so you know, I'm not crazy.
Oh, that's too good, too good. Well, and there is one. Yeah, so...
somebody's trying the pinball special.
Oh, thank you so much. And trying the pinball special, Pizzaville pinball special, a 3-topping large pizza and wings or poppers. So poppers are like a chicken nugget kind of concept. So $19.99 I think is the price of it. So a large 3-topping pizza and wings or poppers. So that is our promotion. And I need to move on because you didn't come to just hear me do promotions. So our quote today is a short one that's by Churchill. And he said, "Success is not final, and failure is not fatal." In other words, it is a journey, guys. So if you have instant success at something, remember, continue to work, continue to put your time in, because success just doesn't replicate itself by itself. As over time, life changes, things changes, and this example right now that we're going through, no better example than that to know that things do change. There are things that happen, and so we have to continue to work to continue to better. However, if you've had that failure here at the beginning, that's not final. It's actually where we move to. There are some people who have had success early. A lot of times we see this, unfortunately, don't want to kind of be critical, but it's a reality. Sometimes we have young people who are successful early, our child actors, our child stars, and life is difficult for them after having that initial success. So success itself is not final. We have to continue to work through. So many have even worked through and came back from that struggle that they experienced and now are doing well again. And so that's what we want for all of us, to thrive, to be positive, to make a positive contribution to our community. Know this, it's hard to feel sorry for yourself when you're helping someone else. Helping others always is an antidote. So success is not final and failure is not fatal. What that basically says is regardless of where you are, your story is not finished. Continue to write your story with what you do, with who you are, how you act, how you participate in community, and the effect that you have on people.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Yes, she doesn't tell me that I do good very often.
That was a Dr. Clemens moment. Yes, Dr. Clemens. That was good. No, that was really good.
But I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yes,
too.
we gotta go. We gotta
I'm
go.
trying to see if our guest is even on. That's why I'm trying to,
So
delaying
you
a
were
little
waiting.
bit.
You were waiting.
Yeah,
Yes.
to see when he's on before
Okay.
we,
All
So
right.
just
All
keep
right.
talking.
So
You're good.
yes, I won't give our guest away just yet. Then.
No.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, so
There are a lot of things that are starting to happen, as you talked about things opening up where they have drive-in concerts and all of that kind of thing going
I
on.
know, right?
Yeah, so
That's a pretty cool idea.
yeah,
Actually,
it
our
is.
girls are actually going to
Yes.
one of those drive-in concerts this
Yes,
weekend, right?
I think
I
so.
think so, yeah,
Yes,
this
yes.
weekend.
And our favorite musician is actually playing at one of those this
Oh,
weekend
get
too.
out, really?
He sure is.
Wow.
Yeah. So good. So we are ever so proud of him.
There's a
Yes.
new way of doing things.
Yes.
And I think it's not just going to be temporary. I think it may be for a while.
You're right. You're right. I think this is here to stay, and it ain't all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I don't mean the virus, right? I mean that
Right.
this change of tempo in life. I don't believe that this is a temporary thing. That it is something that we are going to continue to deal with. But I was mentioning our favorite musician, of course, our young William Leathers,
Yes.
who was on just a couple of weeks ago, who made one of our favorite quotes, right? That. You actually talked about it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you
Yes.
actually talked about that quote when he says, "I practice until I can't get it wrong." That is phenomenal. That's what excellence is all about. Practicing, putting your time in, working hard at it, and doing so to the so much so that you can't get it wrong, right? And so we are really excited. I think we are almost here in terms of finding our guest today. And yes,
Yes.
yes.
I see him.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So we are going to go live with our guest today. How do we so much like in his bio? What do we say about this young man?
Yeah.
Juno Award winner, international artist,
Yes.
Much Music Award winner.
You're doing a good job. Keep
He
going.
is so talented, and I'm a fan, as you can tell. So let's welcome.
Yeah.
What's up?
Right, I love it. DRU. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Michael, Diane. How you guys doing?
Oh, we are blessed. How are you?
I'm great. I can't complain. I can't complain at all.
Listen, we're so excited. We're like
Ants.
two little kids
Yes.
right now. You can listen.
Come on, I'm a fan. I am honored to be here. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Wow.
All hours, my friend.
Yeah.
All hours.
Got up this morning skipping.
Hey, nice. I love it. I love the energy.
Yes.
So how you guys been? First of all.
You know what? We're blessed. We're doing well. Considering everything, we are blessed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's crazy, Drew. We had this situation happen, and they told me that because of the situation and COVID, punishment was I get to be with her all day at home. I was like, for that, yes.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
So,
yeah, I've noticed a lot of my friends and stuff, their parents are, rekindling their relationships through this pandemic. So that's a positive out of this, right?
How are you doing, my friend? I know that you have a 15-year-old daughter.
Yes.
Who's going during this pandemic with her, and how are you coping?
You know what? She's actually here right now with her ear pods in. So she's like, whatever, Dad. But no, you know what? I've been good. Like, myself and my DJ, we started doing these pop-up block parties in different communities.
Yes.
it was actually Mixmaster Caesar, which is my DJ. He did it first about maybe April, end of April. No, I'm sorry. When did they open things up? I think it was the end of April or early May. He did one just on his driveway.
I,
He didn't play anything. He set up his tent, set up his DJ booth, and just started and set up his speaker and started just playing music. And he videotaped it. And I saw his post on Instagram, and I just saw the joy in these family faces, and the kids are playing and dancing, and this is one of the first times that that a lot of them had even had a chance to get out and hear music. So I saw him post that, and I'm like, you know what? I called him. I'm like, Caesar, we got to take this around the city. We got to do this. We got to find a way that we can safely do this without drawing too much of a crowd, or because we have to social distance. So what we did was we would just pop up at different friends in different areas of the city. So we did Vaughan, we did Toronto, we did Pickering, we did one more. I'm drawing a blank right now. But anyway, so basically we would just set up. We wouldn't advertise so that we wouldn't draw any kind of crowd. We'd set up for just for that block or that street, and we'd have a block party. And I would perform a couple songs. The kids would come out, the parents, the grandparents, they're dancing, doing two steps and doing the Macarena, and it was just joy. It just brought me personally, it just brought me so much joy to be able to bring joy to other people in a time like this when you can't go to a club, you can't go to a bar, you couldn't go to a show, a concert. So we brought it to the people. So it was just beautiful, and it kept me performing and kept me active too. So it was beautiful. We had Salvation Army come through too and do the food drive. So it's just we're hoping after everything opens back up, we can do like a yearly music festival, just in remembrance of this and how we got through this, and just to remind people that there's positive in it, and that we survived and got through this. So hopefully we'll be able to set that up.
That's pretty cool. I love that idea. That's pretty smart.
that's beautiful.
That's cool.
Did the suburbs, but you did do Pickering. So, but we
yes.
West Side though.
Yes, Mixmaster Caesar lives in Pickering, so that was one of his house. So it made sense. Right. But other than that, man, I'm just staying busy. I was in an accident the end of October last year, so I'm blessed. I'm actually really, really blessed to be here. Me and a friend of mine were in a pretty serious accident at the end of October. So I'm going through physio right now, and getting myself physically back and ready for these shows. As you know, I got a show coming up on Saturday, so this will be my first show back. So I'm making sure I stretch and make sure I'm loosened out and ready to go. So God willing, it's going to be a great show. Though.
If you need some help with therapy, we've got some people who can help you out now.
I know you do. I know. I'll definitely hit you up.
If you need to kind of get to another level, we can help you.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
And how's your daughter doing? Like, what has it been like for you? Trying to, with a 15-year-old, trying to keep her, from her friends and just so. Yeah. What has that been like?
It really hasn't been too bad. It hasn't been too bad, I should say. She's similar to me. She's kind of a homebody in a way, so it wasn't too difficult to, she's on her computer and on her phone anyway, But I did bring her to some of the block parties to, get her out and involved. But no, she's doing great. I mean, of course, they have a lot of questions and concerns. She's a straight A student. She has 93 average. I shout that from the tops, 93 average. It blows my mind. The first year in high school. Oh, yeah. So, she's very concerned about school and how schools are going to open back up and how that's going to be and if it'll be safe. So those are concerns. But overall, we're just staying safe, staying positive, and I kind of say, if you don't fully accept certain things, then they don't really affect you. So we're aware of being safe and the pandemic, but me personally in my life, I haven't accepted it. So I'm not letting it weigh down my emotions, my work. You know, I'm just moving forward safely and not putting too much energy on it.
Okay.
Very good. So you
Yeah,
the things that are going to keep you and those around you safe, right?
exactly.
And you're continuing to progress in what you're doing.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not letting it, you know, stunt or stop anything. You know, I released a single April 7th, actually. My single YNF was released. So it was right in like the beginning stages of this pandemic. And, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, well, you know, I don't know if you should release music right now. But I was like, well, yeah, everyone's home. This is the best time to release some music and to maybe take their minds off of, you know, some of the stresses. So, and it actually worked pretty well. You know, we're at 250,000 streams on Spotify for YNF, you know, through the pandemic, you know, so blessings, I can't complain.
That's beautiful.
So let me ask you this question. I'm going to,
Mhm.
then we'll move backwards. But we're talking about it, YNF, so I'm just going to maybe stay there for a minute. So YNF, can you tell everybody what YNF stands for?
YNF stands for You'll Never Find.
Okay.
And it's the 20-year, I was in a group in Essence, you know, those are my boys. So our biggest worldwide hit was You'll Never Find, and that was 20 years ago.
Right.
Right? So I was thinking when I was putting the new album together, I was trying to, you know, a lot of R&B singers are sampling from other old R&B songs, you know, or they sampling from, you know, well-known big R&B songs. So I was trying to think of, you know, what's a good song that I can sample from. So I'm going through songs, this and that. I'm like, hold on a second, hold on. In essence, we have a hit, we have a smash that hasn't been touched yet, and we actually had never shot a video for that song. So I was like, you know what? Let me talk to the fellas and see how they feel, you know. And they gave me their blessing. So You'll Never Find YNF. It's You'll Never Find, you know, 2020. I updated the verses a little bit to be more relevant to today, but it's more of a tribute just, you know, to that song. Of course, it's with the Mobb Deep Quiet Storm beat. So it's, you know, shout out to Mobb Deep and rest in peace, Prodigy from Mobb Deep. And it was just it's just one of those things that just fell into place. So we shot the video in Russia. So I was out in Russia doing The Voice Russia. So while I was there, I felt the pressure of, okay, Drew, we got to get this video out. You know, and nobody cares about your excuse that you're in Russia. You know, you better get it ready, type of thing. So I had never seen an R&B video shot in Russia. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot my video here and show the rest of the world, you know, how I see Russia through my eyes. And I'm just so happy it just came out great. I'm very happy about it.
Just so you know, for everybody that's on right now, if you have not seen this video, if you have not heard the song, you need to check it out because I'm telling you,
Out.
man, it's like you did a fantastic job, and the video, it's amazing. And I kept the video over and over again. I kept saying, "Where is he? Is that no? That's not Toronto. Where is he?" And I didn't realize it was Russia.
Yeah, if you look at the very first scene, it says Moscow, Russia in the top corner. So I wanted to let people know where I am. And it's just, you know, Russia's beautiful. People don't realize this, but Russia's a beautiful place. Moscow's beautiful. So yeah, you know, just to even get the opportunity to be in Russia, first of all, to be even performing on a show like The Voice, but then to be able to shoot my video there, I just feel blessed, man. It's just something new and fresh for the rebirth. You know, my new album is called The Rebirth, so I wanted to really come back with some fire, you know?
So you actually set up the next question, and that is about Russia, right? And
Yes.
so tell us a little bit, like performing there.
Mm.
What do the people like respond to? All different kinds of music? Is it more of an urban vibe? What is the music like? Does everybody sing in English, or is there some people singing in Russian? Like so, give us a little bit of a feel of what's that's like.
So basically, it's you can speak, you can sing in whatever language you want, really. But there's not many. It was me and one other black contestant. He was from Russia. So that was part of the reason why I went for this, because as much as, you know, America is like the place for R&B and hip hop, and, you know, everyone go to Atlanta, go to New York, go to Miami, you know, go to the States, and that's where you'll do R&B music. And some artists sometimes get blocked in of thinking there's no other way. And US is oversaturated with singers that look like me. You know, they sound like me, they look like me. You know, so it's like I was thinking, okay, what can I do to, you know, go somewhere where I stand out and, you know, where they, you know, appreciate my talent. So I was working with a School of the Arts out of in Vaughan actually, and it's predominantly with Russian kids.
Okay.
So it was through a Russian friend of mine who asked me if I would come to the school and just, you know, teach the kids, maybe set up some kind of program. So I had never worked with a school before, so I went there, I met the kids, fell in love with the kids, and they asked me to sing at their recital for the end of their school year. So I wrote them a song and I actually performed with them. So within that process, The Voice Russia came up. And one of the other teachers from the school was like, you know, Drew, you know, have you ever thought about going to The Voice Russia? And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's never crossed my mind. And he's like, well, you know, they're very open to international artists, and, you know, maybe you know, you should give it a try. So they have like an open audition. So a friend of mine actually helped me with the flight to get out there. I went out there for 24 hours just to audition. Jet lag was kicking my butt bad. It's an 8-hour difference. And I was only there for 24 hours, just enough time to do the audition, so I couldn't complain about being tired. I better wake up, right? So the first audition is a closed audition. There's no one there. And then you wait for them to call you back to see if you've been accepted for the blind audition that's aired on TV. So I went, and initially I was cut. I was let go initially, and I came back to Toronto thinking like, what the hell did I do wrong? Like, I actually thought I killed it. You know what I mean? I came back feeling kind of bad. And by the time I got back to Toronto, I had the email in my inbox saying that they're requesting for me to come for the blind audition.
Oh,
So thankfully enough, it was worth it. And I went back, did the blind audition. 3 out of the 4 chairs turned. So I chose Paulina Gagalina, which is a huge Russian artist. She has about 8 million followers on Instagram. So she was my coach. Shout out to Paulina. And yeah, she guided me through all the way to the semifinals. And I was basically cut before the audience could vote. So the first couple of rounds is the judges. So just before the audience had a chance to be able to vote, they pulled the rug. So it's a little bit of politics, you know. But I can't complain. You know, there was 40 million or so people watching me every week. So now I've built a fan base in Russia, and I was actually supposed to be there now, but we're gonna have to reschedule it. But you know, shout out to Russia, shout out to The Voice Russia, Paulina Gagarina, thank you so much. And yeah, so I'll be back in Russia touring, hopefully when these borders open up.
so tell me now, Drew, when did you know that you could sing?
You know what? I grew up. Sorry, it's getting dark in here. Let me get some light here.
All right.
I actually grew up a very shy kid. I was very introverted. I have 3 older brothers, and I was maybe 10 or 11. My older brother overheard me singing "My Girl," talking about my girl. And I was like a little kid, so I was, and this was the Michael Jackson version. You know the Michael Jackson version when he kills it, and his voice is really high. So my voice was really high when I was a kid, so I was just kind of copying him. I didn't really know what I was doing. And my older brother, who usually clowns me and makes fun of me and whatever, he was like, you know, Andrew, he's like, you know, you have a really nice voice. And I was like, really? I'm like, you talking about me? Like, you talking to me, big bro? He's like, actually, yeah, you have a nice voice. So that was around when I was around 10 years old. So that really stuck with me, and I held that until, you know, I signed up for a couple talent shows at that age, ended up not doing them because I was too shy. And I used to stutter a lot. Stuttering was really bad for me. So music actually helped me get out of that. So any kids that are watching or any people that have problems with stuttering, you will get through it. Just find something that, helps you break out of your shell. That's what happened to me. So yeah, I was around 10 years old. My older brother told me I could sing, and I did my first talent show when I was 13.
Wow, you used to stutter. Now everybody that listens to you stutters. I have
That's you.
to tell you that at 10 years old as well,
Yeah.
I could sing.
What's that?
10 years old, I knew I could sing too.
Okay, well, what's up?
But I was wrong. Yeah,
Do not believe that.
Well, no, I knew I could sing. And oh, tape recorder, Drew. Oh my goodness, I was scarred. I have not sang publicly since that day.
Now, Drew, I know that you kind of grew up in church, right?
Yeah.
Did you come from a singing family? Did you sing in the choir, or did you have a group at church? How did that all start? And as you got older and began to sing, what made you choose R&B?
Okay, yeah, I was a little bit of a quiet troublemaker as a little child. So you know what they say about the quiet one, right? So that was kind of me. So when parents were at church and my older brother would sing in the choir, my mom sang in the choir, I didn't think the choir was cool. I didn't think the choir was cool at all. So I kind of still didn't really sing around people because of that reason. They go, oh, why don't you join the choir? I never wanted to join the choir. So I was more busy sneaking out of church, while I was a little sneaky kid, but I grew out of it. But sorry, I lost my whole train of thought. Yes, music. So yeah, it came mostly from my older brother, who told me that I thought I had a good voice. He's an amazing singer, Alric Grange. What's up, bro? So yeah, he's a great singer, and it kind of started from him. And I just had a love it started from gospel music because he would listen to gospel music, like Kirk Franklin, just like the Winans, the Clark sisters, real soulful gospel music. But I still grew up through the 90s R&B era, so come on now, Jodeci, Boys to Men, I just, I liked that, especially Jodeci, that they had an edge to them. They were R&B singers, but they were like cool. I thought they were the coolest guys ever. So I think that's what kind of showed me that you can sing, but you can still be kind of, have a little swag to you type of thing. So that's what kind of really got me into the R&B. And I knew I wanted to be in a group. I love New Edition. So that's how I got into In Essence, was Oba Hyacinth Touch, one of the members of In Essence. He's the one that came to me first. And he was at that talent show when I was 13. And when I came off the stage, he's like, Drew, man, like, wow, like your voice is amazing. Like, would you ever consider being in a group? And because I was shy, because that performance that I did when I was 13 was torture, and my legs were shaking, my face was shaking, I got through it, but it was so hard for me. My nerves were just so bad. So I was like, okay, if I have my friends with me on stage, it'll help me open up, and not, share this spotlight with my boys. So that's kind of why that's what pushed me to be in the group. And then from there, we watched Boys to Men for our a cappella harmonies. And, we watched, remember the group Intro and, Jagged Edge, 112, like, we wanted to crush all those groups. We wanted to we were in competition with them. So we wanted to end those groups. We wanted to we opened for 112 and Jagged Edge, and we're like, okay, they're not going to want to come out after we're done, So it became very, very competitive. But as the group went on and we won the Juno, and we got a lot of notoriety in Canada, BMG dropped their whole urban roster, right? So they dropped us, they dropped Keisha Shante, they dropped Ghetto Concept, they dropped Sean Desmond. All of us were gone, the whole urban roster. So I was forced to make the choice to go solo. It was a plan I was going to make with the group, and I told them I'm going to do a solo project. But that us getting dropped forced me to do my solo album. You know, at that time, my daughter was very young when we got dropped from BMG, so I had to make that, you know, choice as a father. And yeah, so I had to suck it up, and if I'm shy and nervous, you know, I better suck it up and do it. You know, so we're here now.
So is there a routine you have, or something that you go through to kind of make you a little bit more comfortable? Did you develop something, and do you still do it today?
Yes. I find doing things in your head before you actually do it, and really walking through the motions of everything. You know what I mean? Like, I have the show coming up August 1st. I'm a little nervous because I haven't been on stage. So these last 2 weeks, I've been like seeing myself walking on the stage, grabbing the microphone, you know, putting my hand up, looking to the back, the right, you know, the front, you know, walking, moving, singing, you know, getting comfortable. I'll do this in you know, mostly in my head. I've been doing it in my head the last 2 weeks. I'm about to start doing it in front of the mirror. And then I'm going to be, I'm going to the rehearsal space tomorrow just to, you know, hold the microphone, hear the sound system, hear the music loud, and just really get into that feel of everything. But before I do an actual performance, I do a bunch of jumping jacks and push-ups just to get that pump. You know, I'll say, I'll say a little prayer to myself, and you know, just get out there and kill it. So, yeah.
So, do you miss being in the group in essence? Like, do you miss that group camaraderie?
Oh man, yes.
And what was your favorite, I guess, favorite song that you guys did together as a group?
Okay, yeah. Gotta say, it's either gonna be our first single, who that, I-E, coming, for all to see. We gonna rock this spot, right? So that was, I love that one. That was our first release.
You know,
And,
all of those guys jealous of you. You sound good when you're just fooling around.
uh, thank you, man. No, I love that. I love I.E. and of course, You'll Never Find. You know, that was classic. So.
Favorites. Wow. Okay. Very good. Do you still keep in touch with those guys? Like, do you guys still have a bond?
We're definitely not as close as we used to be. There was some issues within the group, you know, that also kind of helped to, you know, separate us a little bit. But, you know, in a lot of these interviews, a lot of people ask if we would ever reunite. And I always say I would never say never. I think if we can get together and do a show, you know, if we can do a performance, then who knows what can happen from there. So I do miss the group, though. I do miss the camaraderie. You know, I do miss coming off the stage and be like, yo, man, did you see that girl on the left side of the stage? You know, or you know, I miss sharing these moments. Definitely.
Very good, very good. So you've alluded to the concert this weekend several times, right? Tell everybody where it is, what's happening, when you're on.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So August 1st, that would have been Caravana, y'all. It would have been Caravana right now. August 1st, I will be performing at Toronto Shines at Ontario Place. It's going to be, the host is a comedian, so it's going to be a live comedian. Then there's going to be performances. Myself, I'll be performing a half-an-hour set, doing some new music, doing some of the hits, doing some cover songs that I don't usually do. I'm going to do a couple covers that kind of speak to the climate of the world right now. And yeah, I think another group performing is Season, CZN. There's some younger kids that are going to be hitting the stage. So big up to Season, I think they're called, CZN. So yeah, comedy, live music, live show. They're going to be showing a live movie, drive-in. So it's a drive-in show. So of course, drive-in movie. They have food. They have girls on rollerblades, with masks and gloves to deliver food. There's going to be food trucks, so they rollerblade up to your window, kind of like back in the day. So it's cool. It's going to be just a beautiful evening. It's going to be happening every week. I'm not sure of the exact days, but it starts August 1st and it goes on from there for the rest of the summer. Last week, I think Sean Jones, that was in essence, he was there last week with his band, the Echo Band, I think they're called. Sean Jones killed it, of course. So I'm gonna be there this Saturday. I just got my hair cut actually to make sure I was fresh, and get my outfit worked out. So I'm gonna make sure I'm fresh for everybody, and yeah, it's just gonna be a great show, great energy. I call it, taking back our summer. We're taking back our summer. So just spreading love, positivity, and so if you're listening, come out August 1st. I think I go on around 8:30. But come get your spot because it's going to be busy. So yeah, it's going to be great.
So, can you maybe share a couple of your favorite R&B artists? Like for me, I love Luther. I like Luther is my guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Like those are my guys.
Yes. No, I love. I'm still. I'm old school till the end. So Donny Hathaway, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Teddy Pendergrass, The Temptations, but then of course I gotta bring in, some of the new cats. Yeah, I love Frank Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing. I still listen to Drake. I still listen to Drizzy. Big up to Drake. I worked with him when he was younger. We'll always support Drake. Yeah, Alyssa Cara, another Canadian singer. So, but yeah, I'm still on on the old school in the '90s. So a lot of the not really into the mumble auto tune stuff, to tell you the truth.
I'm with you. Yes, we're on the same.
Oh,
That's
right.
pretty good.
So now, when you're on stage, right? Can you tell me, like, I always wanted to kind of understand, like, when you were a guy on that stage and you hit that note, and all the girls just started yelling, and like, what does that feel like?
Hey, well, that's what got me into this business, brother. I was 13, 14 years old and legs shaking, face shaking. I was doing, 'cause I need somebody who will stand by me. Times and bed, right? So I came out doing that. And when I the audience from, my peers from my school that had never heard me sing before. So they were like, is that Andrew Grange? Like full government name. Is that Andrew Grange? And that feeling, I think all artists are, for the rest of their career, searching for that first feeling that we had. That was, there's nothing that will ever match that first initial feeling when you sing out your mouth and it moves a room. You know what I mean? It's priceless. It's priceless. So yeah, that's what got me into this business.
Can you stand the rain? Woo!
Yeah, I think that may be one of my favorite songs of all time. It just stands the test of time.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, man.
So, Drew, I think you released your first CD back in 2000. Was it 2008 or 2007?
2008.
On that
2008.
particular CD, what was your song? What was that one song that you like? Oh man.
I gotta say, stay with me, man. Stay with me, 'cause without you, girl, I'm incomplete. I'm addicted to your love. Like that song was probably the easiest song that I ever written,
Oh really?
and and it's my favorite song.
Okay, so you wrote that song. So can you maybe tell us a little bit more about that song?
Like you
What
started it.
inspired that song, Drew?
I was I would say 90% of my songs are inspired by by my life. So, I was at that time I was in a relationship when I wrote the song. So, yeah, I would say it was inspired by that situation at the time. But that situation is no longer. That was a long time ago.
Got it.
Yeah. No, but actually, it's funny though. I do have a recording of my daughter when she was 3 in the bath. Her mother was giving her a bath, and she recorded her singing "Stay with Me."
Oh, get
So
it.
I recording, yeah, from 12 years ago.
Now, does your daughter sing as well?
She does. She's not. She does for fun. She's not as focused on it. I think she told me she wants to be a lawyer. So she's, I think that's, who knows, maybe I'll have my entertainment lawyer daughter to take care of me. But yeah, she's not as into music. She loves watching music, and she's a huge fan of New Edition. I've never known a 15-year-old that loves New Edition this much. Like she knows all the dance routines, everything. If they came here for concert, she would beg me to take her.
Oh, wow. So she's got that old school vibe like you. She likes that.
Yes,
She likes that real music.
yes. She's not a big fan of some of the newer artists. I don't want to say anything bad about any other artists, but she's not a big fan. So yeah, she likes real music. I let her critique my songs, and if she says she doesn't like something, there's something wrong. I will look at it again. I will revisit and rework it because she has a good taste in music.
I was just about to ask, how does she feel about Dad being on stage and, watching thousands of people scream your name? And
Yeah.
how does she feel about that? What is that like?
The first time she saw that firsthand, when I brought her to one of my events, she was maybe 8, maybe 8 or 9, and I brought her with me on the red carpet, and she saw me perform, and she saw the reaction of the audience, and she looked at me different when I came off the stage. She was like, "Daddy, you're famous." She looked at me, and she's like, "Daddy, wow, but she doesn't swell my head too much. So as soon as she compliments me, she's right back to like, yeah, okay, you're just Dad, relax.
Yes. So speaking of that, what do you think of the state of R&B today?
Wow. Um, I feel like I'm a little worried about R&B today, to tell you the truth. It's starting to feel like to have to compare it to another genre that kind of disappeared was disco music. It kind of feels like it's phasing out and it's turning into something else. And it has me a little bit worried because there's R&B, rhythm and blues R&B. I have to say that first because now R&B stands for rhythm and bass. Did you guys know that?
Oh,
Rhythm and bass. So where did the blues go? Where did the emotion go? Where did the feeling go? Because if it's just rhythm and bass, those are both percussive things. Where's the songwriting and the emotion? You know? So, and I'm worried about that when it comes to R&B music because there's too much talk about the sexual side of things, and the partying side of things, and the popping bottles and just the overly sexualized things, the complete disrespect of women, and it's just kind of being accepted, and I find a lot of the younger, even the female fans, feel they have to be kind of more hard and more gangster, so to speak, so that they can hang with the fellas, and it's taking away from the sweet, you know, the sweet like females like that don't have to try to be like the boys or don't have to try to impress the boys. as in, like some of the female rap artists of today. Not going to name any names, but they're trying too hard to be down for the boys, impress the boys, attract the boys, instead of just being an artist. Queen Latifah was an artist. You know what I mean? She was beautiful. She was intelligent. She was educated. That's the type of woman that I want to see in hip hop. There's nothing wrong with being, or in R&B also. R&B and hip hop it's like merging now. So, when there's anything here, there we go. Rappers there's rappers like 21 Savage, and some of these new rappers that they've now made a new category called sung rap. So now they're putting all these rappers that sing and rap and mumble, and they're kind of putting them into this new category. And I'm worried that new category is gonna end contemporary R&B and push that out. So there's artists like myself, and there's a female artist named Her out of the U.S. She's amazing. Daniel Caesar from Toronto also is an amazing real singer. And I call it real R&B. A lot of people would say, "Oh, well, no, that's what I call it. It's real R&B to me." I love The Weeknd, but to me, The Weeknd isn't contemporary R&B. So I feel like we need to I think he made a new category for himself, and I commend him. I have complete respect for The Weeknd, but I can't call that R&B. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about R&B right now. I'm just worried that if we just let it go, and some of the OGs, I guess I'm an OG now, so the OGs got to show the young artists what's up, and I think that's another issue with R&B music now too, is a lot of the OGs and the older artists are trying to be the young artists
rather than
right, instead of showing the young artists how to be. Can't hear you guys right now. I don't hear anything.
Wow.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So can I ask this question? What would you say is your greatest achievement, or what are you most proud of?
Just in my life?
Well, just in general.
Yeah, I'd have to say my daughter, 100%. Just being a father.
Yes.
I didn't realize how this would feel. Like, I didn't realize that I would be so good at it. Like a lot of other people, it wasn't planned. And so I was terrified before having my daughter. But now that we're, 15 years into this, and, she's just amazing, and she's doing so great. She's so smart. She's so grateful, and just gracious. And I just, take everything else away from me. I don't care about the music, about success. I don't care. I need to just keep the relationship with my daughter. That's the most important thing, and that's my biggest accomplishment. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm proud of my daughter and proud to be a father.
You're a great dad. I love that answer. I love it. It's awesome.
So we can't leave today without talking about racism. And so I do want to just kind of open it up, rather than sort of ask you a specific question, just give you an opportunity for you to just speak about the state of things.
Oh, what?
Black.
Yes.
You know what? I've done a lot of interviews, and I was on breakfast television, They wanted me to speak on, how I felt about the climate of the world right now. And, I said, I'll say the same thing. Like it's easy to be angry, and it's understandable to be angry. It's understandable to be worried and, want to kind of express your anger, as a lot of people are, but I found the best way to combat any sort of hate is with love, is plain and simple, with love, and it's an interesting, we're in an interesting time right now. And me personally, like, yeah, I've been posting on Instagram about certain things to do with Black Lives Matter, but I haven't made it something that I dwell on. You know what I mean? It's very easy to kind of dwell on it every day, and everyone's posting on Instagram, and you see the police brutality, you see it every day, and you can't not see it. You know what I mean? And with us as Black people, this has been going on for a long time. It's not something new for us right now, but it's new that a lot of people from other ethnicities are now standing with us and seeing, because of social media now, that you can actually see what's happening, and they're seeing it with their own eyes. So for me, I just say thank you to everyone that is standing with us. That's not not of our that aren't Black people that are standing with us. But I've found that, like I said, I'm trying to not dwell on the negative, and just teach my daughter and kind of show her how you have to be in certain situations, and but you have to, like, if you look at my daughter's Instagram page, it's all fine Breonna Taylor's killer, like Black Lives Matter. Like, her whole page is nothing but that. And I just let her do her own thing, and this is how she's processing it. That I'm not going to be like, oh well, babes, you shouldn't focus on that stuff, and no, I let her express it. But I do also teach her that you need to combat hate with love, and for every angry post that you post, that you're angry about something, post something that people will leave your page feeling good also. That's kind of how she even got an Instagram page. I said, as long as your page, people come to your page and will leave your page feeling good about something. I don't care what it is, but you have to post something positive. Post two things positive for every negative. So yeah, that's kind of how that's how I'm living with this right now. I'm not. I'm very good at blocking things out sometimes, I think. I don't know if that's happened over the years, just being a Black man in this society. So I don't really pay attention to it anymore. If I walk in an elevator, I don't pay attention to the older white woman clenching her purse anymore. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I just don't even, it's not even, I treat everyone with respect. And that's it. That's it for me. And, I don't know if that's the best answer, but, I can't see, I don't want to be angry all the time. I just don't want to live my life like that.
In it, but not of it.
Yes, exactly. I'm very, very aware, but I'm just not accepting it as part of my life.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So, Drew, what excites you the most?
What excites me? You gotta be a little more specific. That could go any which way.
Something that like, is it your music? Is it when you're in the studio? Is it when you're out on stage? Is it when you're
Yes.
daughter? Is it like, what excites you?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that excite me, the group used to clown me about it all the time. I love being in the studio. I love building something from nothing. We walk in the studio, and it's like, guys, I had this little situation with my ex-girlfriend, and I don't know, I kind of feel like we could sing something, and and it just, by the end of the day, by the end of the session, we have a new product that wasn't there before. You know what I mean? And it's like a real thing that we built from nothing. So that's my thing that gets me most excited, is I love being in the studio. I was just there today. I had to rush back to make sure I didn't miss this interview. But it just being able to create something from scratch by myself. I don't need anyone else. A lot of the songwriting that I do, I'll like beatbox a beat into my recorder on my phone, and then I'll record myself singing over that beatbox, right? So it's like I just put down those, and then that turns into a song. Like if I could show you all the voice notes on my phone, it's endless. But then to see it be transformed into now a song that's on the radio or videos, it's just it's really exciting. It's that never gets old. Never gets old.
Would you talk to our young people who might be watching? There's so many people who want to get into the industry. So many people who want to be either behind the scenes, on stage. Would you just have a few words for them?
Yeah, you know what? First off, be true to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. Don't, if you're getting into this industry to make money, stop right now. Get out, go do something else. If you're in the industry for popularity or for anything other than the craft, stop right now and figure out something else, because you're not in it for the right reasons, right? Me personally, the lesson that I learned is stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other artists. I did that a lot. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of artists in US that look like me and sound like me, and it's easy to fall into that. Oh, well, I'm not going to get on the radio if I don't do a song that's like Usher, or that's like this person. But what they don't understand is there's one Usher, there's only one. But guess what? There's only one you.
That's right.
There's only, right? So, there's people that kind of help ask me for advice on like singing, oh, Drew, I want to sing higher. I want to sing like this. I want to sing like that. I'm like, no, sing how you sing. Find your voice. Find your voice. So a teacher once told me when I was rehearsing for the Voice Russia, and I was rehearsing Overjoyed by Stevie Wonder. And I was singing it like too high, like over time, I've been building my castle. It's too high for me, right? He was like Nat King Cole didn't try to sing like Stevie Wonder. He sang like Nat King Cole. He sang in his key. So I was like, oh, over time, I've been building my castle of love. That's my voice. You know what I mean? That's me. And so to all the artists watching, the younger artists coming up, find your voice. It might take you a while. You might have to sing something really high, sing something really low, lay on your back and sing on the floor, whisper, try different things. But when you find it, you got it. You got it. And no one can be you like you.
That was great. That was.
Yeah.
Listen, we are almost out of time.
Already?
An hour already.
Wow.
So much, Drew. You have been fantastic, and we were so excited and looking forward to this interview today. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your advice that you've given today. Thank you for just giving us a little peek into your world.
Oh, it was definitely my pleasure. And, check me out on Instagram at Drew Music, at Drew Grange, DRUGRANGE. And check out my website, drewgrange.com. Hit me up on Spotify. YNF is out right now. YNF video on YouTube. Check it out. Thank you guys so much. Pinball.
Listen, we're gonna make sure that we have all of that on our website. So pinballfoundation.ca, we will have all of that. Hopefully, we're actually sending some of that information out right now, so it might even be in the notes. So they're really good at that. So we're sending it, and I would love to have your daughter meet my daughters in our house and have a meal together when this is
Oh,
out.
I would love that.
But we can do this?
Oh, definitely. That would be my honor. Definitely.
Yes.
Well, listen, you take care, my friend. Thank you again. It was an honor having you. Stay
Be
blessed.
blessed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love your music, but you're a